Greetings, my fellow Airsoft nerds. Hi, I'm James. I'm James Shahan. I'm one of the owners of Combat Zone, and I am the nerd that wrote the 2-day Siege of Avalon for you guys. This is going to be on the 30th of September and the 1st of October, so that's technically the last weekend in September and the first weekend, I guess you could say, in October. If you can only make it for one day, that's fine. We're still doing the normal like 65 and some change for one day. If you're able to make 2 days, then I highly, highly recommend. Obviously, I'm going to say I highly recommend. If you're able to make both days, it's $86.20, and that's all the fees and stuff. And you're going to get an extra raffle ticket. Everyone's going to get a raffle ticket, but the raffle's not until the event ends on Sunday. There's no raffling happening on Saturday. If you only want to play Sunday, like you can only make Sunday, you got something going on Saturday, that's fine. Just buy a one-day Saturday only ticket, send me an email, and I'll take care of everything. The email you're going to want is czpaint530@gmail. It's in the event. I'll put it in the link in the description. I'll put it all over the place. So if you can only make Sunday, buy a one-day Saturday ticket, send me an email, and I'll just add a little note in the roster for you. I'm going to try and briefly go over two things. One is going to be the important stuff in the hop-up event, and two is going to be like the little check-in format Google Slides thing that I do, because although hop-up is a pretty sweet system I can use, it's mostly like basic text and a few pictures here and there, and this event is going to be like super heavy prop focused, so there's a separate like Google Slides thing that goes over, the check-in, some uniform pictures, a lot of pictures. If you like pictures, go to the Google Slides. So the gameplay is mostly going to be a lot of really fun encounters and side quests on Saturday, and then the main storyline of the main quest on Sunday. The way you earn gold, and gold is going to be actual physical coins, not just like we're going to write points down. You're going to actually get your commander or someone is going to get like physical gold coins that you can use throughout the game. So there is an in-game currency. To get gold coins, you can either control 1, 2, or 3 capture points, just kind of like how we always do with our events. There's going to be NPC encounters for quests and stuff you can do. There's going to be side quests that you can do. There's going to be all kinds of really Airsoft, nerdy, LARPy things where you can have just a great time. This event will incorporate a very limited player search game mechanic. I did put a video on Instagram about it, but basically if a player is wounded, you go up to them within about, one arm's length or one arm's reach and go, hey, I searched you, or searched, or, something like that. I think one guy asked, what about like turn over ye pockets or something like that? That's fine, as long as you're able to get within one arm's distance of a wounded opponent and convey to them verbally that you are notionally searched them. There's no actual physical searching that will be done. So once you tell them they've been searched, they're supposed to hand over all the in-game items that they have, and you go, okay, cool, yay. After you search them, you can take them prisoner. So it's kind of that same thing. You're still in an approximate one arm's length. You go up to them and say, captured. And there's a little prisoners chain that the platoon leaders will have. There are ways to purchase more prisoners chains from underminers. I'll go over that in a second. So that's pretty fun. But you can search players and take them prisoner. This is what the prisoners chain is. It's a basic plastic Halloween costume chain that you could easily break out of physically. That way, in case there's some sort of emergency or someone feels like they could trip and fall, wearing this chain isn't a safety hazard. If you look at the Instagram video I put up on the Combat Zone's field page, or that should be also in like the Facebook groups and all that stuff somewhere, it will give a more clear picture of how to actually do that. But the intent behind all this is less conventional milsim and more just really fun, fantasy, LARPy themed, cool stuff. You will take those prisoners to the dungeon. There will be a dungeon keeper who is an NPC and who is also going to be an actual game ref. So what that dungeon keeper says goes. So if a dungeon keeper says, hey dude, you just got hit, guess what? You just got hit, because that's also going to be a ref. It's going to be a non-player character. They're going to be completely neutral. They're going to be basically like part of staff. I'm going to be making some stocks out of some old 2x4s. That's going to be pretty fun. I'm going to start working on that here in the next couple weeks. But you could search a player, take them prisoner, and put them in the stocks. The NPCs we're going to have are going to help drive the storyline and help sort of push everything along. The underminers are going to be one of the main ways that players will receive quests. So instead of me radioing to a commander, hey, this is, your next mission, get it done. Underminers will have scrolls that they will get from me, and these scrolls will have written on them what the mission is, or the quest, as we're calling it in this event. So an Underminer coin is an actual physical coin. I think they're going to be about the size of a quarter that the Underminers will have if they see a player going a little bit above and beyond to really just sort of have fun with the event in the spirit of the event, or kind of do something to increase the experience of someone else. They're having like a really fun LARPy interaction, or they're just generally kind of having a good role play session. They're going to get a coin. Now that coin is going to be the equivalent of about 20 gold coins. So if you wanted to have the Underminers join you in a fight, and they say, cool, that'll be for all of us, it'll cost 20 gold coins. You go, so you mean like this Underminer coin? They're like, oh, he's got an Underminer coin. Ah. So it's kind of like, I wrote it as more of like an inspiration from D&D, but it's basically a reward, an in-game reward that a player can get for being a nerd. The dungeon keeper is going to be the person that manages the dungeon. Dungeon is going to be off in the dollhouse area of the field, and they will also be acting as a ref at the same time. The only special weapon we're going to incorporate is Dragon's Breath, which is basically going to be a red, probably an EG-18, maybe something a little bit bigger than an EG-18, but a big red smoke grenade. And if you breathe in, or if that smoke touches you, you are dead. If you are familiar with our Milsim days at Roseville at True Aim, you already basically know what the rules are going to be for uniforms and stuff. The Screaming Eagles is going to be anything green, brown, or tan. So that's everything we have listed here. Your M81, your Jungle Tiger, OCPs, desert stuff. And also if you want to do, if you've got like a German loadout, as long as it's green, brown, or tan, that's fine. So if you got like Fleck Tarn, that's cool. If you've got a Russian or a Ukrainian loadout, that's green or something like that. Green, brown, tan, that's it. We're going by color, not by pattern. Sigma 6 uniform is going to be anything black, blue, or gray. So that's any of your black camouflages, your black Scorpion, black multicam, the navy, digital blue stuff, if you got like LAPD blue, if you have blue camouflage, like blue ink blot, stuff like that, or the standard cool gray pavement UCP, that is fine. If we go back up to the top of the page where it says check-in and game format, and we click on this bad boy, it's going to bring up the table of contents, and you can see the Screaming Eagles uniform, the Screaming Eagle uniform rules. It's the same thing, but in here we go further into give pictures examples that civilian attire is fine, but they need to be long. So like a green t-shirt would not be fine. But if you had like this Woodland BDU, this M81 long sleeve civilian style shirt, that's fine. Or if you got a hoodie, that's also fine. It's also the same rule on the Sigma 6 side. Back onto the hop-up event after the uniforms, we have the character classes, and if we switch over to the Avalon section, it'll give the brief overview of the character classes. We have commandos and ghosts for the Sigma 6, and scrolling back up to the Screaming Eagle side, we have rangers and paladins. Now these are optional if you want. Let's say you wanted to wear desert night camo, but you didn't want to be a character. That's fine. That's totally fine. We're gonna have a separate way to mark who is a character. Now characters, these character classes will have certain attributes, and there are certain missions that require certain character classes. Kind of like what we did with bootleggers. Remember how if you were at Yellow Rocks, the bootleggers were the only ones allowed to collect ingredients to make the moonshine. It's kind of that same thing. Switching back into the check-in and format Google Slides doc, which is again at the top of the hop-up page. The pants don't need to match, so if you're Sigma 6, you can wear green pants if that's what... Now, we don't recommend this, but if that's all you got, we're not going to make you buy a pair of pants for a friggin' Airsoft event. Gear color does not also have to match for the same reason I just talked about for pants. We are going to be using these barrels again, like what we had with Yellow Rock. So these barrels that have the big orange X, those are the do not cross barrels. I'm still in the process of getting game flags, but they're most likely just going to be black and solid green. This is a list of the in-game props that we're probably going to have. Now the pictures of them, this is going to be the prisoner's chain. Some of the main quest items that I actually have, like that I actually have the Blade of Zariel and the King's Sword, which are going to be main quest props you're going to see on Sunday. You are not going to see these on Saturday. We also have an axe. This is either going to be for Sigma 6 or Screaming Eagle, depending on the other axe that I get as well. So these are going to be some of the game props that you're going to see for Sunday. Saturday game props is going to be things like dragon eggs, some medals and medallions I'm going to make. I'm going to try and make a shrine, like a little headstone thing going. So they're going to be searchable items that you have to find, and then probably in the location that I'm going to have to create like a headstone or a shrine for, that you're going to have to find the location and then do something item specific with that location. The medic rule is in here. We're going to do a wounded, dead, revived rule. I do also have the video in here that I put on the Instagram. The videos are going to be in here also. So, but again, on this hop-up event, I really can't embed videos that well or do a lot of like pictures and like the customization as far as how I want information to be presented. In hop-up it is kind of limited, so that's why I'm doing a lot of stuff in this Google slide as well. I added a table of contents for both of this, so you don't just have to mindlessly search through and just be like, whoa, here's random information. So we've got our Friday evening check-in, Saturday check-in, Sunday, our DMR requirements, all the admin stuff, different items, the game map, which I'll go over. So the game map, we're gonna do kind of how we had last year's home front. For Yellow Rocks, we played sort of horizontally this year because of how I want to incorporate certain objectives and locations. That's my dog chewing on a bone, by the way, if you can hear that audio in the background. So we're going to have corner-to-corner spawn points. The Underminers camp is going to be up front. The dungeon is going to be in the back towards Dollhouse. And then we're going to have the 3 standard capture points. Because if we were to do crosswidth from directly left to right, like how we kind of had Yellow Rocks, it'd be kind of weird to have the different NPC locations. So I feel like that would have sort of favored one faction more than the other. So I'm putting the 2 spawn points as far away as I can on the map for the sake of NPC locations. Now, if this doesn't work out, we just change it for next year. That's fine. The raffle is going to be Sunday only. There are not going to be any raffle items going out on Saturday. Everyone's going to get raffle tickets, and you can earn raffle tickets on Saturday, but you have to show up Sunday at the end of the event for the raffle. Now, if you buy a ticket for only Saturday, you can come at the end of Sunday and participate in the raffle. That's fine. Don't think that you have to buy like a no. If you can only make it Saturday, but you can, like, I don't know, swing by after work or something like that, or for whatever reason you just have a lot of stuff to do during Sunday and you can just kind of drop by Sunday for the raffle, that's fine. One of the ways that you can earn more raffle tickets for free is by having a sweet loadout. Staff will be available to give tickets out as they see fit for like cool loadouts, like, you know, these cool like medievally style loadouts, or, you know, anytime we see you just being a great player or having a cool like RP session, or like just sort of really leaning in and generally going sort of above and beyond the normal player to make sure everyone is having a great experience, we're going to give you some extra raffle tickets. Could be 1, could be 5, could be, I don't know, 10. Hell, I don't know. Depends on how cool it is. Everyone knows how crazy Instagram has been lately with flag and post and all that stuff. So in order to sort of save the Instagram from any issues, a lot of the raffle stuff is vague and ambiguous on Instagram, and it's all directed towards this or Discord or something else. So right now what we're looking at for raffle items is we're going to have a Specna Edge M4 AEG. This is their Rock River collab. This thing's actually pretty sweet. It comes pre-installed with their I don't believe it's a Gate Aster. I think it's one of their enhanced proprietary MOSFETs. Dude, this gun is sick. A Specna Flex AEG. This is their entry-level line. We've had some guys playing with this thing. These are pretty cool. They can both of these models can take an 11 volt out of the box. We're gonna be giving away a $100 True Aim gift card. Now that's good for any of the physical locations that we own: Predator, True Aim, Combat Zone, or the Arms Room. Any of those 4 locations. Also going to be giving away 2 batteries, one Dean's, one small Tamiya connector. It's going to be those 11 volt, 3000 milliamp hour, like nunchucky batteries from Titan Power. They're Lions. They're sick. I run them. A bunch of the staff guys run them. They're so good. We're also going to be giving out an Ace Tech Bifrost tracer unit. This thing is, in my opinion, one of the best tracer units they have because it's super fun, and I like the little Bifrost RGB mode because I love unicorns. Snipers, DMRs, and LMGs can use up to a .45 BB. We do have up to those weights. That you can pre-order them, or as usual, you can bring your own BBs. That's fine. Just make sure that they are bio. That's it. You can bring your own BBs. You can bring your own 4.5s. They just got to be bios. That's it. And that's really the big part. Just kind of scrolling through here. That's really it. Everything else you can kind of read yourself, either in the hop-up event or in the check-in and format Google Slides thing. Or if you want, you just send me an email. Let's scroll the way back up here. If you want to get a hold of me directly, here's the email, boom, right in here, czpaint530@gmail.com. That is the email directly to me. Don't use the other email that's on the Combat Zone Fields website. That's going to go directly to James Strutton. He might not have all the specific information of that. That email is for like birthday parties and stuff not related to this event. If you have questions about this event, hit up czpaint530@gmail.com, or you can go to the Fields Discord or the Fields Instagram or Facebook. Or you can just come to the store and ask me. I'm usually there. That's it. I love you guys. I hope you guys enjoy this event. I really tried hard to make this super fun, and I'll see you then.